Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us right here on Midday, Kentucky. Everyone, Tony Award winner Levi Kreis is in the house. How are you, my friend?
Fantastic. It's so great to be here.
I didn't realize that you were a local.
Knoxville, Tennessee.
Knoxville, Tennessee. Well, that is still local. You do know that. It's only like, how long? 3.5 hours, 4 hours a week?
No, it's about 2.5.
Yeah. So we're a local. That's the way we're keeping it. How are you, my friend?
I'm fantastic. Gorgeous
Thanks for
drive.
joining us on the Table Talk today. We've
for
got
having
a
me.
lot of fun stuff happening with Levi today. We're going to do a sing-along later on, but it is what it is. You're in town promoting an event. We'll be talking about that later on in the show.
Okay.
But I just thought this could be a little bit of fun, and we would, being a Tony Award-winning actor, I would assume that you would know quite a bit about Broadway.
I told him.
Okay?
He's going to put me in the hot seat.
All right, so this is what we're doing, everyone.
So here we go.
Don't you give him the answers.
I'm not, I'm
And
hiding
we're
them.
going to skip past on the teleprompter because I don't want you to see the answers at all either. So we're going to all read from our paperwork.
Okay.
all
Okay,
right?
all right.
All right, so these are questions that you finish with either
True
it
or
could be
false?
a song, never
Okay.
true or false, people. That's too easy. I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair. Came from which Broadway show?
Oh, come on.
Oh, please.
I love it.
I was hoping you were going to have me finish the lyric, right?
No.
I'm going to watch that man right out of my hair.
Not North, but
South Pacific.
That's it. Did you really not know that?
No, well, it's on the,
Give me that award back.
we're good.
Anyway,
We're good.
What's the next one?
It's good.
Katie.
Which musical was a reworking of Puccini's Madame Butterfly?
Oh, I may need some help with this one.
Miss.
Saigon?
Yes. Very
Ding, ding, ding!
Okay. See,
Our sound department has the ding, ding, dings.
okay.
Can you
okay.
hear that?
Yeah.
Which is called Katie So Love.
I'm probably not going to hear them again.
Let's get with number 3.
Okay, here we go. If Sky and Nathan were guys, what were Sarah and Miss Adelaide?
This one's not
The
ringing a
hint was
bell.
in the question. Guys.
And dolls.
Ah.
Yes, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Classics, yes. Oh, hey, if they gave Tony Awards for trivia, I wouldn't be a Tony
Yes,
Award winner,
exactly.
okay?
I just
It's because I can act that I'm a Tony Award winner, okay?
Which city saw the premiere of Les Miserables? Now this could be a little bit hard.
I'm sorry, what?
Which city saw the premiere of Les Miserables?
London?
No, Paris.
Close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paris.
That was a hard one,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Katie. Question. Wakey.
The king and the king and I is ruler of where?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
I
right
don't know any of these either, though. So I can't.
Well,
I know,
didn't
who
expect
wrote
you to know.
these? Where did you get these?
Siam.
Okay.
King of Siam.
Great. That's wonderful.
We love
Do
doing
you want
that.
to stop?
Maybe we
I
should move on.
warned them. I warned them about this.
We love to
They
embarrass
walked into
people.
this themselves.
We love throwing people under the bus around
Yeah,
here.
how
That's
many
how we
more
roll.
do we have before
Okay,
we
here's
Oh, this
one.
is a
Something
good one
else.
for you. You should know.
Okay.
Okay.
What was the time of the first hippie musical? No, what was the name? Sorry. What was the name of the first hippie
You
musical?
two are the worst judicators when it comes to.
Because
You
we
were
don't,
never
we
coming
don't
to
know
drag
any of them.
bingo.
We don't know any of them.
Hair?
Yes.
Yes.
Good job.
Yes.
You two are out of drag bingo. Never coming to drag
believe
bingo.
you. You're
You've
so
got to have the
cruel.
funny ones. Which musical about King Arthur became a byword for the JFK years? Oh, it's pretty. That's yeah, Camelot. That's a
Okay.
tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
All right, which show tells the story of Dolly Gallagher?
Oh, come on. Hello, Dolly.
Oh, I was ready to break out in song. Did you? Are you been playing with us? Did you know the other ones?
I don't know. No.
Okay.
Okay, here's one.
I was ready to get a cotton ball and throw it at you if you didn't know that one.
Okay, which
Okay.
Fanny was the subject of Funny Girl?
Well,
I want to say Rugburn.
what?
Oh, that's a drag queen. Never mind.
Who did Barbara Streisand play?
I don't know.
Fanny Bryce.
Fanny, okay.
I didn't
great.
know that one either.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know
How
them,
can
though.
you be on this show and not know this stuff, you two? How long have you been working with me?
Listen, they just stand with me.
Yes,
right? They can come over here.
I guess
because
we're
then
going to
we
be
can-
out on the
We're
picket line.
going to put these questions all up on our Facebook page, okay? But we're not going to put the answers, and I want you to tell us, put your answers in there as well. But please don't cheat and go to the internet first. All right, you ready for this? This is some hot topics.
Good job. I thought you did a
yeah,
great
Good
job.
job.
I know.
1 for 10.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so what we've decided, this is Table Talk, where we talk all about stuff that's going on. And I
Fantastic.
thought this was something that was a little cray-cray, all right? So for some couples unable to conceive naturally, the internet offers a much cheaper and occasionally darker alternative to IVF or sperm banks. That's according to a brand new show on BBC. 3 documentaries which meet willing online donors, including men who admit to being in it for the opportunity for unprotected sex. And one is secretly thrilled to have fathered 60 children, unbeknownst to his wife. Here's the thing.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is pretty freaky. So this is a new documentary that's coming out in England. I really hope we get it here, because I love these sorts of stories.
You do.
So here's the thing. How would you guys feel if, and by the way, the guy that has 60 children is also married, and his wife doesn't know that he's fathered 60 other children.
By this method?
By this method, and they call it natural conception, because men are doing this for the thrill of unprotected sex
With a stranger?
with a stranger they've met on Facebook or somewhere, of a lady who is challenged. So they're sort of taking advantage of the situation. But sometimes also the ladies are just paying for gas money or something to get them there. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not normally in the same
Gas
town.
money.
How does that factor into this situation?
Well, because the guy has to drive to get there. And the IVF can cost, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
They're not paying them for their sperm?
No. The guys are doing this just for the
Thrill of it.
thrill of cheating on
I
their
would
wives.
value myself a little more than that.
Okay.
How much would it cost?
Let's negotiate
What's
that.
your
How much do you
price?
think it would be worth?
I don't know. You only got 1 out of 10 in this trivia.
Question,
So.
the question is it premium, unleaded, or is it...
Well done.
Sorry, I had to go there.
That's
It
the
was right
funniest
there.
thing you've said all week.
I know, isn't it
Yeah,
crazy?
how did that happen?
I don't know, it just popped in there. Osmosis
Okay,
from him.
but in all seriousness, how would you feel if you found out Doug had done this type of thing?
Oh.
And in seriousness.
Oh, no, seriously, I mean, it would be horrific. I can't even imagine how the wife felt. She did find out, I'm assuming.
Well,
I mean,
yes, through this
It would
documentary.
be divorce level, I mean, at that point. I think that would be very difficult to come back from.
Okay, let me put this to you. If your husband or partner says, hey, I really want to help these people out,
Yeah.
and I want to become a sperm donor, would you allow that if he talked to you about it first?
It's a much better place to start, right?
Agreed.
Because communication is
there's-
number one.
I just
Yeah,
can't
there's
even
just
imagine.
two
Certainly.
separate issues here. One is just cheating on your spouse that is wrong, and then it's the issue of sperm donation or anything. So I think no one would be okay with their spouse sleeping
at
with
all.
someone else.
Not
and
even
definitely
close.
not
Yeah, but that's
fathering
if they're
children.
doing it the natural conception
But that's
way.
what the
But
show is.
Yes, but not everyone on this show has done it that way, but they're uncovering.
I mean, if it's
Right.
transparent and consensual, right? It's been
Yeah.
a
True.
conversation, then I think that takes all the stigma away from it.
And wasn't there a conversation just recently, there was a lot of college students, guys that were doing this because there was like $120 or $150 a session.
We'll see there.
And they could go into sperm
wow.
banks. and-
That's
Yeah, I
3
think that's been
textbooks.
years, though. That's been...
Yeah, I don't think that's anything new.
No.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that no one seems to have a problem there, but it's going through a sperm donor bank. It's actually someone who may not be married or in a relationship.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So
Well,
It's the
the sperm bank-
unprotected part that bothers me.
Yeah, that's
Right,
mine
because
too.
then you have to question, what am I bringing home?
Exactly.
I was going to say, well, it wouldn't work if they were protected. But then I just realised what you meant.
Yeah, right.
Just clicked.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
seriously, I mean, that's a major concern.
I
That's
think
the
it is.
biggest concern.
Did you put this on Facebook?
Yes,
Go
I
over
did.
to our Facebook page and tell us what you think and whether you would be okay with it. I can't wait for this documentary to come out. Now, something, Katie, that has been a conversation hot all over the press just recently is all about sleepovers and whether you would allow your children for sleepovers. And what sort of age should a sleepover start?
Yeah, this is really interesting. There was a new study that came out saying that there's a severe decline in parents allowing their children to go on sleepovers. Now, they said they don't have specific numbers, but just getting out there and a lot of informal questionnaires to parents. And a lot of parents are not letting their children go out for two primary reasons. One, fearing pedophilia, and two, fear of just losing control of their children and not knowing what they're doing every second of the day and not trusting someone else to take over that role. And Lisa, I know you have kids, so I was wondering, I went on sleepovers all the time when I was young.
So did I.
Do you send your boys?
I don't.
No.
And I haven't, we just haven't been presented with this yet. And it's getting to that point where it's definitely going to happen. But yeah, I don't know. The only sleepover I've let them do was with the babysitter herself. Like,
Okay.
And it was somebody I really knew. I'm really kind of cautious about that. And I don't really, it would have to be a really, truly a good friend that I'm very well aware of the parents and the home life and all of that. But I had a little boy come over to visit with Harrison, and his mother called me, and she goes, I know this is going to sound crazy, but do you have guns in your house? And it was just, and I've never been asked that before, and I thought that was a great question, and I thought, you know what, yes, we do, and we have them locked up, and we have the, so she knew exactly what the situation was with
What
that.
about Levi? Did you do sleepovers as a kid?
Not often, and it wasn't until our teenage years, really. And that's my question: what age do you think that this
And that's
begin? Because I can understand, I have a lot of nephews now, and of course they do the sleepovers at 15, 16, 17.
Right.
I think that that's a little more reasonable than I say probably some of the...
See, I'm more scared of the
Yeah.
older sleepovers. I'm less scared of the little
You have a point,
younger ages.
because then there becomes a whole factor
Alcohol,
of who are they
smoking.
dating,
Yes.
alcohol, drink, and fair enough, that's an issue with a nephew of mine. So.
Here's another thing also, Levi. I think that a lot of people have basements in their homes now.
Yeah.
So all the buddies, they hang out in the basement, whether they're drinking or whatever. Sometimes the parents don't know, but we hear many stories about underage drinking from sleepovers or little parties going on, or there's 4 or 5 guys and they invite a few girls over who come in the back way of the house. And, I never had sleepovers because we lived in the country when I was growing up, but then I went to boarding school and it was a sleepover every night. Do you know what I mean? So with 700 other people.
Right.
But I think nowadays, I think that mother who asked you about the guns, I think that's a valid point.
Yeah.
And I think everyone at home would also be thinking to themselves, maybe I should start asking these questions as well.
Absolutely. This brought it to my attention, actually, that, I do need to ask these type of questions when this starts to happen. I haven't had it happen yet, but...
All right. Tell us what you think. We've put it up on our Midday Kentucky Facebook page. Now, look, we like to talk about dating, because Katie's really the only one on the set that dates. So we're going to find out a bit of information.
Do you not date?
Not anymore.
Well, he's only just arrived.
Oh, not anymore.
You've got a partner?
8 years.
Okay.
I'm sure you go on
All right,
dates.
so here it is.
All right.
Signs
true.
that your date is into you.
Yes,
This
yes.
is important.
Yes.
Oh,
Katie.
okay. I need to know.
Well, last week we did
Katie.
how you can tell if they're not into you, right?
Okay.
So this week
You're
we're
on a
doing,
time limit.
We're doing they are into you.
Yeah.
First one, completing the date, that they don't actually bail out by the end of the date.
Okay, seems obvious.
Sounds a little
Which I have
crazy.
done this before.
So have I.
Really?
Oh, I have had an emergency phone call in the middle of dinner before.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. The next one, wanting more one-on-one time. So instead of being in a group situation, all of that, them wanting to really go maybe for a walk in the park or do something that you're getting real quality one-on-one time. Versus
Sounds a
going to a
little
movie,
thirsty.
going to anything like that. Okay, the next one, suggesting another date.
Oh,
So
Katie
they-
has a standing date at 5:30 on Friday nights at Walgreens.
Whole Foods, not Walgreens.
It's not a bad point.
What's the next one?
Right. Okay. And the next one, consistency. Consistency. So if they're calling you on a regular basis
Sure.
after the date, all of that, then that's a good sign.
I have to say to you, like, we can just wrap this up. I think, Katie, he's into you. Because on most of that, you've got a consistent date every
Okay.
Friday. He spends $6. He completes the date because he pays at the checkout. And it's one-on-one time. Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding, winner.
It's good.
Good for Katie.
Yeah.
Yay.
And it's planning. Well, actually, no, you lose out on the 5th one. Planning spontaneous, non-cliche dates.
Yeah. so
No, we're switching it up this week. We're going
going to
shopping
Costco?
at Lucky's because they also give you beer with a cup holder around your cart. So we're going to Lucky's Friday, switching up the grocery store. So spontaneous.
This
Awesome.
is killing me, everyone.
Keeper.
Did you like that, Levi? We move fast on Table Talk.
We do.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. Up next, we sit down with Dr. Stilwell to learn more about the benefits of attending support groups. This is Midday Kentucky, everyone. Camera one, everyone. I was looking at, just to let you know. Bye.